Hi guys and welcome back to Let's Play Devil May Cry 4. Today we have the very eventful Mission 6.
Devil May Cry.
Alright, I can't really afford anything that's too important, so why don't we just hop right in. So, last time we discovered this underground laboratory. We're gonna leap in there. Not quite yet though. Because I want this blue orb fragment. Yeah. There's a lot of little barrels hidden around in this area too, for red orbs. There's a few platforms on the way down. I didn't discover these for a while, so I was wondering why I wasn't getting all the red orbs in this mission. And one last platform. Alright, a Dante Combat Adjudicator. Some health, which we don't need because we just started the mission. And some machinery. I like all the little detail here. It's pretty nice.
Damn it.
These guys are called Cutlass. They're sort of sharks, fish, kind of. One of the two. And they can swim through solid steel. I don't really know, but who cares? So you can't really snatch them, because they will just ignore you. Charge Shot level 3 kicks their butt though. Like everything in this game. Once you've got them out the ground, they're pretty helpless. But you have to look out for their friends. You see a nice little spot on the ground when they're about to jump out. Usually. Sometimes they just do that. Their jumps hurt a fair bit. The buster for these guys is also a bit of an attack. It's hard to hit other Cutlass with it though. But you can target other enemies while you're doing that buster, and you'll hurt them. You can buster those guys out of the ground as well. But it's so much easier with Charge Shot level 3. Just for completion's sake, I'll show you what happens when you buster them out of the ground. So it's a lot harder to actually get close enough to do that. So just Charge Shot level 3. This is a long corridor. And we're up to the infamous dice game. Plenty of people hated this. For good reason, I guess. So we have to get our little dude all the way to the end. By rolling the dice. Goofy little poem there. Alright, 4. A purple space. And that means enemies. Purple spaces are actually only in hard difficulty or higher. They're exactly the same as red spaces. They have the same enemies and everything. It's just normally I think they're blue or yellow spaces, which means the board isn't as dangerous on lower difficulties. The actual enemies you can end up here are quite random, but there's a set number of groups. And one of those groups, on hard difficulty and high, is Bale. Yes, that's right, you get whisked off to a boss fight. So I was really playing with fire just then. Oh, I love when that happens. Alright. So we've got quite a few colour spaces here. I want to land on the blue space. The blue space is goodies. Wait, how did I do that? Well, you can rig the dice game. It's pretty important to know, really. I'm not sure how you're supposed to figure it out on your own. But yeah, the blue space usually just gives you a bunch of red orbs with some green orbs mixed in. But it can give you little treasure chests as well, which can give you items. If you get lucky. More red orbs. It's a shame that the get more orbs ability doesn't suck all these in. I guess that would make it kind of boring. Alright, let's land on a yellow space. Yellow spaces are basically either snakes or ladders, depending on which end you land on. They're always, two of them are connected, so if you landed on this one, you'd be taken back here. We'll roll a 1. Hop ahead again. So how am I rigging the dice game? Well, if you use your arm on the dice, you end up with a number that was on top. And the arm includes Snatch or Buster. Doesn't matter which move, as long as it's your arm. And we want a 5. So wait till the 5 is on top, and then Snatch or Buster it. Also, once you actually hit it, you can do whatever the hell you want to it. And you'll still get what you want. So, rigging the dice game. Very important to know. I think if you roll higher than the number you need to get here, you actually go backwards, then you'll have to try again. So that can be a bit of annoying. But now, it's time for a very interesting battle.
So, you've come. Just as I'd expected.
Huh. Who the hell are you?
I am Agnus. Working in secrecy, very few are privy to my existence.
Funny, to figure an order official out for a stroll in a hellhole kind of place like this.
Hellhole? Watch your words!
Just as foul-mouthed as I had heard, the rumors proved true. As were the new ones concerning your demise.
Don't you think that's a little harsh? Killing me because of the way I talk? Great. More more demons.
This is all Kratos' doing. It was Kratos who ordered you to follow Dante. It was Kratos who brought you here.
Dante? You mean the man that killed His Holiness? What the hell's going on here?
I don't have to answer to you, for you are already as good as dead.
I beg to differ.
This is the containment room boss battle against Agnes. He's behind that window there. And we have to throw Gladiuses at him to try to break the window. Not gonna lie, this fight is insane on turbo mode. I'm down to my star mode anyway. I think this is where you normally fight Gladiuses for the first time. Those guys are out of reach of Snatch, so you have to either wait for him to come to you and dodge, or you can try and charge shot some of them, which will interrupt. We can try and go over there, but that's not very safe. So the floor keeps getting electrified, and this is the only safe spot. So it means you have to stay around here for as much of the battle as you can, while avoiding all of the Gladiuses that come at you. Their normal spin is a lot easier to dodge than their vertical spin. Vertical spin, you can't really jump it. You can try, but often you'll get hit anyway. You have to roll to avoid it. We can jump sideways, but I don't have the liberty of doing that. Trying to do this no damage is it's not something I'm even going to bother with. Screw that. You can also go up to the window and slash it away yourself. Jeez, didn't even see that. But doesn't do a whole lot of damage, and you're at huge risk from the floor. The floor doesn't get electric a whole lot on lower difficulties. But the frequency ramps up a hell of a lot. Charge shot is also very useful here, just for interrupting them and killing some of them outright, which can often drop health. That's great, because this fight is pretty scary. But turning off turbo mode, suddenly it becomes a hell of a lot easier. There we go.
That's the much power. How can it be?
Look who's talking, jackass. Answer my question. What the hell's going on here?
How profound. It's magnificent.
Okay, did you even hear me?
If you want answers, then I shall give them to you. It has only been a few years since I began this research. Could we isolate and bind demonic power? It could enable us to conquer the world. And that is the wish of His Holiness.
What a crock. And you may as well ditch the efforts, pal, because His Holiness is dead.
Ah, but His Holiness has been reborn as an angel.
An angel.
And soon, so shall I. See, what just a small fraction of my research has yielded? Look how beautiful this white armor stands. You have no idea the hardship to make just one armor come to life. I had to capture and control countless demons to harness their souls. Summoning them alone was almost an insurmountable task.
Summoning? So it was you who made the gate.
Yes, the Hellgate. I created it merely as a reference and substitution for the real gate, but after utilizing an extremely powerful devil's arm. It proved sufficient.
What the hell are you talking about?
You should rest. Soon, you shall be my next subject of experimentation, so that I can learn a little something from you and that arm.
Never.
Take him out.
Gideon, run!
Nero!
Gideon! Gideon!
Not even I could succeed in restoring it!
My arm changed. What is it called? Power. Give me more. Power.
What?
And if I become a demon, so be it. I'll endure the exile. Anything to protect you. I should get back to headquarters. If what Agnew said is true, Kratos must have known something.
Well, Jesus. That's a lot of information to get in one cutscene. Alright, so Nero can now Devil Trigger. Hell yes. Nero might be going batshit insane. And Agnes can turn into a bug thing. Righto. So we've obtained Yamato. Now when Dante obtains new weapons, they're actually different weapons he can swap to. They have different movesets. Not so for Nero. Yamato is just our Devil Trigger. Nero continues to wield Red Queen, and when he triggers, he gets this apparition behind him that uses Yamato. And it swings when he swings, so it's like your attacks are doubled. You also get the Summoned Swords ability. when you use your gun, you create these little spectral swords. That's a direct homage to Virgil, who was Dante's twin brother. So there's a lot of Virgil references going on here. That "give me more power" line from the cutscene is a homage to Virgil from Devil May Cry 3.
I need more power.
There's a few other lines that Nero shares with Virgil as well.
This may be fun. This may be fun.
So, what's up with all the Virgil connections? Gigantic red orb. But, what, is Virgil in Nero's arm or something? Maybe that's why he has demon powers? No. It's a lot more simple than that. You see, there's a novelization of these games in Japan, apparently. And they strongly hint that Nero is Virgil's son. Yeah. Virgil's son. That's about the most boring way out they could have come up with, I think. But oh well. So that's what was behind the waterfall. This is a bit of a strange mission because we've already done the boss fight, but now we get to explore the castle a bit more. And then we get to head on to a new area. It's a bit of an odd mission in its pacing. There's a blue orc fragment there. Best way to get it is to streak off of the edge. Sometimes you need to do an air hike at the end just to make sure you grab it. Usually not though. So these blue circles under our health bar, that's our devil trigger. It's a pretty small meter so far, but we can upgrade it later. Angel creation. This is where the Angelos are made. And this guy is new. He's an Alto Angelo, as opposed to the Bianco Angelos. The lighting in here is a bit dark, but he's gold instead of silver. There's our lovely devil trigger. Doesn't last very long though, sadly. I love that. Another drop kick. The creators of this game love the drop kicks, I think. These guys are a lot tougher than the silver arms. It's a lot harder to break their shields too. But that's the only gold armour we'll find for now. Sorry, I have a habit of just calling them gold and silver armours for the sake of simplicity, but I should call them by their actual names. So just a couple Bianco Angelos here. The Alto Angelos, they're a lot harder to just toy with. And they do have a lot of really interesting abilities we didn't get to look at. But we'll see that, well, not next mission. A few missions down the line.
What'd you say?
Okay. What about charge shot? And we got the glowy arm again. Yes. Secret mission. Tracking treasure. This is a kind of a cute one. It's all about using our glowy arm. There's a few secret stashes of red orbs in this room, and we have to find them. With nothing but our glowy arm. The locations are randomised each time, so you really have to look for the glow. This one's actually underneath the gyro blade. There. So this room has a ton of doors in it, but if you go through any of them, you'll just cancel the secret mission. So that kind of confused me on my first time playing. I kind of wish they would just lock the doors, so there's no confusion. But oh well. This one's probably... yeah, it's in here. Cool. And now we get to do a streak jump. Normally you go all the way down to the bottom floor. Let's try again. Yeah! I love doing that jump. I like that secret mission, it's kind of cute. So we've got some dudes here. Huh. I've never actually read that dialogue before. Not sure what's happening to these guys. They might be going through their ascension ceremony. The golden armors. There's actually something rather interesting with them. There was a barrel here, I must have destroyed it in the fight. But the silver armors are souls that have been attached to silver armors. The gold armors actually have soldiers inside them who've gone through their ascension ceremony. And become demons, I guess. Devil Trigger! So I found that in the enemy file. There's our first white orb. That gives you back some Devil Trigger. Another series staple.
What'd you say?
And Taunting will now increase our Devil Trigger as well. So we've got a little Devil Trigger sphere from that. You can't just taunt whenever you want. It was only because we just finished killing an enemy. At least we get plenty of chance to try our Devil Trigger here. We've got some fresh angels to fight. Well, they would like to think they're angels. Devil Trigger doesn't last very long at all yet, but don't worry, we'll get plenty of upgrades for it. All right together. Also, Devil Trigger has slightly different busters. That wasn't what's supposed to happen, but that was great. I like it. Anyway, so Devil Trigger, it's mostly the same busters, but they have slight variations to sort of power them up. Like with Bianco Angelos, instead of just sending them off, spiraling away, you'll actually ride along with them. You didn't really get to see it there, but I'll be showing off all the different variations. Okay, there was a barrel here, but I destroyed that as well. I love just destroying things in the heat of battle, it's a lot of fun. Goodbye, Underground Lab. And if you missed any of those barrels on the way down at the start of the mission, you can get them now. Don't think I missed any. I should be right. And now we get to leave. So what were we doing again? Ah yes, we were going to the waterfall, which now has a nice bridge we can cross. But first... Yep, we're in the main hall again. You know the drill. Red orb time. Okay, so we want to get to the balcony. We can go... Actually, I might go right. I very rarely go right. Just for something different. So Devil Trigger basically just powers up everything we do. Powers up our sword attacks, our gunshots, and our busters. Our busters are now called Devil Busters. Well, we're triggered anyway. Normally, they're just busters. The fun thing with the Summon Swords ability is that if you do charge shots, you actually get a certain amount of Summon Swords. Let's do a Devil Buster. Yeah, that's quite a bit nastier. Pretty much same animation, but longer, more dangerous, more deadly. Yeah, while we're Devil Triggered, if we do a charge shot, if we do level 1, we get 2 summon swords that come out. Level 2 charge shots give us 4 summon swords, and level 3 gives us 6. Alright, I better stop now. Yes, it's always a good idea to taunt after you kill enemies, just to make sure you get some Devil Trigger back. And the actual act of Devil Triggering is an attack. It's really nice because it's a huge stun, and it also does a bit of damage. So when we trigger, we do that sort of fist in the air. That'll stun enemies, throw them up in the air. It's also got invincibility frames, so it's incredibly useful for pretty much anything you could possibly apply it for. It's great. Oh, I hope we didn't want to go back. But there's no Devil Trigger explosion move in this game like there was in number 3. Forest entrance. Ooh. But Dante and Nero both have their own quirks with Devil Trigger. Nero's quirk is that when he actually triggers, it's a massive interrupt, and it's useful for so many different things. It's amazing. And this is quite bright.
A forest?
What the hell is this? Must be the effect of the gate. Sorry, kid. This is gonna have to wait.
How much could he really know?
So there you go, that was mission 6. It's a little weird in its structure, that one. Because you fight the boss and then you have to do a whole bunch of stuff afterwards, and then you get to finish the mission. The boss itself is also really bizarre and insane on turbo mode. I didn't even bother trying to go for a no damage run there. But that's okay. Turn off turbo mode and suddenly I can just tear it apart. So now we have Devil Trigger. Hell yes. Devil Trigger is Nero's last main mechanic that we were missing. Now we have a mostly complete Nero, we just got to max out his health, get some Devil Trigger upgrades, and next mission we can let Devil Trigger really shine. So join me for mission 7. See ya! There we go, I hate when they do that. A bunch of them line up and then, whoa! Do the vertical spin. Oh shit. Yeah, that's part of the danger here. Sometimes you'll get hit, you'll get bounced around, and then you'll land on the electrified floor. And it hurts like hell. Oh, almost got it first try.